This is the Challenger V2 diffuser, and I just wanted to show y'all real quick how to install these blades, since they're a little confusing. So there's this rectangular little knob here on the blades that gets slotted into these rectangular holes. Don't worry about these ones just yet, those are for install. But you are going to look at the center section top down where it says EMP, and you are going to flip it and take this widest end and install it facing the side with the EMP on it upside down. So you're going to take that rectangular knob and push it into the rectangular slot, and don't worry about pushing hard. It might take a little bit of a push to get in there, and you can adjust it forward and backwards a little bit. Just make sure that it's lined up with that edge there. So, and then you are going to take your L brackets, your 3/4 1032 and your 1032 nylock nuts, and stick them in these holes right here. So you are going to take that L bracket and set it there. And usually how I like to go about the direction of the screws is I like to face all the threads towards the logo in the middle. So you're going to slot the screw in like that and take your nylock nut and stick it on that thread right there. I'm not going to tighten these all the way down because I don't need to for the video, but you definitely should. And then for the other hole, you're actually going to flip it back over top side and stick your screw in there like that. So from the top down view, it's all smooth and there's no thread sticking up or anything like that. So you will now take your other nylock nut and tighten it down on that thread. And you are going to do that whole process for these two holes as well, and for everything else too. So that's how you install the blades on our Challenger V2 diffuser.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the installation portion of the video for the Challenger diffuser. First thing, got to get up underneath. There are 4 plastic rivets. You're going to need to remove all 4 of those, and you can use a body panel tool similar to this or a screwdriver. We just happen to have this tool, makes it work a lot easier. And just do the same for the remaining 3. Okay, so then you're going to get your first screw in, and you can have somebody holding the other side or prop it up on something so that the other side is held up. Put the screw through, and then it's a little tricky, but then get the nylock nut on the other side. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and start tightening these 4 bolts that are going into the nylock nuts. Yeah, that came out of those stock holes that we pulled the plastic push pins out of. You can get all 4 of these tightened up good. And you move to the other 3, get that done, and we'll move to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to use the longer screws and the lock washers. You're going to put it through the back hole, which this will be a slot in the version that you're looking at. This is the prototype. Now you put it in the back hole of the angled spacer, and then make sure that the diffuser is all the way up against the back of it. You can use your knee or a friend or something to hold it up. Make sure that it is held up tight so that there's no gap between the bottom of the bumper and your angled spacer. And then this is where it's good to have a powered screwdriver, and then just push up. Start going through. And this, you don't want to get too tight because you can strip out this plastic. So just get it in there kind of tight, and later on you'll go back with a hand screwdriver and tighten it up, but still make very sure that you don't over tighten these so that you strip out that you do not want to strip out that plastic. All right, so now you want to go back with the hand screwdriver and just make sure that it's slightly tight. There's going to be friction in the plastic that holds it from coming out, so you don't have to get these super tight. And let's do the same thing for the other 3 screws. Okay, now the diffuser is installed. Yeah, you can make sure it's nice and sturdy.